Good morning, folks. What you see there in front of you is the beginnings of my new hammock stand, which I'm going to use to replace my cot. And ultimately I'll have a different tarp set up as well under my patio hooch. The whole purpose of is to use my hammock. I actually have two of them now that it has mosquito netting built into the top of it. So there'll be a photo of the plans that I retrieved from hammock forums back in 2012. So I've had the plans for 3 years now. About time I acted on them. It's almost mosquito season here in Houston, and it's getting a little warm, so it's best to do all this construction in a cooler weather when you have the opportunity. There you go. I'll be adding more to this video. This is just the beginning. Okay, that's how far I've gotten today on my new hammock stand. I've almost got it together. I'm putting the bolts into it now. I've got it all screwed together, but it has to be bolted at every location. And then at the base, which is this board, this set of boards right there, there'll be some perpendicular boards that will work as the base or the feet of it. There'll be two of them. You can see that in the photo that I put in the video there. It's been quite the project. I've never done anything like this, so it's been a learning experience as well. I've used a whole bunch of deck screws, both 2.5 and 3.5 inch deck screws, and I'm using 1 foot long, half an inch in diameter bolts at 4 locations. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got to go through 5 2x4s, and then I'm using 4 6-inch long, 7-inch long bolts with nuts at those locations. In any case, they're screwed and bolted together. Come a long way today, and it's time to call it a day for this. We put all the tools away because we have a chance of rain. There you go. Hey folks, howdy again. This is the more or less finished product. My dog is in the background there, so you'll see her. Her name is Sandy. Very bright right now. We have excellent weather today, next 2 or 3 days. I temporarily have it attached to some screw-in eye hooks instead of eye bolts, as the plans call for. And for K8OE, obviously my angles are off some using that hand protractor, because the plans say one thing, and I have 10 inches more at the top space from there to there. K8OE has helped me quite a bit on the Hammock forums. Quite an interesting project. Something I've never quite done like this by myself. These rascals right there, those bolts, I don't know if you can see it, the sun's pretty bright right there. I have to do this additional, are 10-inch bolts. I could have probably got 8-inch bolts since they're 7.5 inches wide there with 5 2x4s, but unsure. I thought it would need more close to 8. I used a larger nut as a spacer because the threads don't go all the way far enough down the bolt to get a bite with the nuts. So I got a 5/8 nut there and just slid it on, put a washer behind it, put a washer between the two, and tighten them all down. Again, right there. And right there, you can see my shadow. And right there. Okay. If I can zoom in some. There you go, right there. And well, the sun is like, hi, we are out today when it's been raining like crazy. We got over an inch of rain here yesterday. Some places in the area got as much as 6 inches. This area I call my patio hooch. I used to have a cot here. I'm going to transition from the cot. It's going to take some adjustment. And this is a hammock from Hammock Bliss with the built-in mosquito netting, which is on the bottom at the moment. I wanted to test it out by laying in it. The plans call for putting an eye bolt up here. I still may do that, but I also have the mosquito netting to account for, and then I'm going to have to put a tarp up too. So, because I sleep almost every night out here on my patio. I have been sleeping on the cot, and I'll be going to the hammock. And I'll have to get a tarp up to protect it from the UV. There's a lot of UV, especially on hot summer days. This is just like the second or third day of spring. It's now 1:59 p.m. Sunday, March 22nd. The first day of spring was in the evening on the 20th. Yesterday was the first full day, which rained like crazy. Now, in the shade, it is 76 degrees. Thereabouts. And the humidity is 80%. 76 degrees or about 24 Celsius. Anyway, got blackberries growing here. My dog will stop eating them. She likes the green. She's devastated quite a few of them. I've been having pretty good luck with it, but Sandy likes to eat green stuff. I even have a dove nest back here. At least I did last year. Okay. Finished product. project. What a whopper for me anyway. No help. All the wood I scavenged. My neighbor gave me one 2x4 8-foot long. I had one 2x4 8-foot long. I had several that were like half a foot under 8 foot, so I used those for pieces, and I had a few that were 4. I try to use new wood almost everywhere. The base has older wood, but that's okay. I hope it holds up. Fun project. I got to rearrange my patio, but that's okay. I'll do that in the mornings when it's cooler. This is SL's Prepping and Survival. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Y'all comment. Y'all give me a thumbs up. Y'all subscribe. And y'all come back now. You hear? Here's one last shot of the new DIY hammock stand. Do it yourself. What a nice little project. As you can see, I have a tarp over it. I mounted my hammock differently than what the plan showed. I wrapped around here. I put a nail on each side to keep the ropes from slipping down from pressure. Mosquito net attached to this hook, and then I put the eye bolts up here and attach the tarp. I use toggles. Those are steel toggles. I cut them from a long steel rod with bolt cutters. A little bright out here today. I also added right there a little 1x12, I guess, to on top of the 2x4s running that way. Scoot it down, give my feet someplace to land. It's a little more substantial than a couple of 2x4s parallel with each other. That cushion there is where my dog sleeps. Anyway, one last shot at it. What an interesting project. I don't know who posted the plans, but pretty good design. I enjoyed building it. I guess it's a pretty good design. Don't have anything to compare it to other than trees and a couple of 3-pole endings, whatever that's called. We had 3 poles lashed together at the top, put out as a tripod, and the hammock attached to it. Anyway, the hammock is by Hammock Bliss. I like that little pocket. It folds into that pocket that hammock does. And I put my glasses and my flashlight in there when I sleep out. The hammock is a little big. I think it's a 2-person hammock. I have another one. I might try that at another time. The hammock stand is a success. If you're interested in building one of these, I'll be happy to email you the plan. Send me a private message with your email and I'll send it to you. Alright. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Y'all come back now. You hear?